All right, we're ready to start again. We've got some more stipple. I love doing this. It's one of my favorite techniques. It's also one that tends to have the best results when I teach it. Either you love it or you hate it, I suppose. And I love it. Hopefully you do too. Definitely not the easiest, but I think it's the most rewarding drawing technique. Rewarding as in when you are done, you are just going to be very pleased with yourself for taking all of that time to make such a beautiful portrait. Or landscape, or whatever it is that you happen to be doing. I think I got a little low between her, underneath her eyes with her shadows, but that's okay. Try not to outline the face. So what I'm doing here is I see some shadows right next to that ear. Now you might think, oh, she's getting ready to outline the face. Don't do that. No outlining the face. Although there are more shadows along the sides of the face, just be careful that you don't end up making lines that you are not supposed to make. Got a little highlight right here, so I'm gonna start doing a little stipple around the face just because that's the area that I see some darkness. Now this is where a line belongs. I'm making a line with dots. Now that area right behind the ear, that's a really dark area. I'm going in with a bigger pen so I can do that area easier. And look how the face starts to pop even more because I've started darkening areas around the face that are in the background. So that's something to keep in mind. As you're working, you're going to identify those areas that are really dark. That's why a background is really important. I also really like it when people have dark backgrounds or different, but like not dark backgrounds, but backgrounds that have information, details, and not just a plain white background. I love when I see more details. It just adds to the picture. So in this case, that dark textured wall behind the girls just really makes it so much more interesting. Sorry you couldn't see what I was doing. My hand was blocking it. And then we see some lines in there. Okay, so I hope you're starting to get the idea of how this works. Okay. Wait a minute, I just told you not to make outlines. Why is Miss Beer doing outlines? Well, I'm just simply outlining a section that I know is going to be dark. So if you saw me doing that and you wondered why I wasn't doing what I just told you not to do, that's why. There's a nice highlight in there. I got a little too dark in one spot, so I'm just going to spread out my stipple and make this other art area down here a little darker. Okay, and then there is texture that I see in this wall, so I'm going to bring in some of that. Notice you cannot hear my pen hitting the surface. That's important. Please don't slam your pen down hard enough to where somebody around you can hear. Okay, starting to get a better idea of how this process works. So now in this block here, it gets lighter and the hair gets darker. What did I tell you? I was going to start jumping around a bunch. I didn't finish the face. I started working on a different section. That's just how I roll. Now, I really can't see individual hairs yet, and I don't want you to start doing hair on yours yet, so I'm going to kind of stop with the hair, but I wanted you to see early on just how I am dividing up the space and how I am making it look realistic, what kinds of things you have to pay attention to. So in this case, the hair started getting darker than the wall behind. So that's why you see me kind of working on that area specifically, just so you can see how it also is making the face stand out more. I'm still trying to show the texture in that wall, so it doesn't just look like a bunch of random dots. Okay, starting to get the idea. I'm starting to get more and more comfortable with stipple the more I do. And if I get a little too heavy with the dark on one side, I darken another side. Make it stand out a little bit better, okay? That's it for today.